My name is Hannah Bonifacius, and I live in Chicago in the same neighborhood, actually, as Northeastern, and I'm a proud alumni. I graduated in 2018 with my master's in TESOL, and I work for an organization called World Relief. We're a global Christian humanitarian organization, and in the United States, we have English language learning opportunities across many different states. I am our Director of National Education Services there, but my background and my passion is in teaching. I taught for 12 years in a variety of different contexts, including a community college and community-based organization, charter school, a little bit overseas, and I really love the organization I work for now. I would oftentimes think, before I took my classes at NEIU, I would think, am I doing this right? Or what am I doing wrong? Or how could I do this differently? And so I stepped into my classes ready and eager to learn and received the practical help I had been craving. Every single day, I would take away something that would just make my classes that much better and help my students the way I really wanted to help them. I gained such quality insight. When I think about curriculum development in particular, I think back to my classes at NEIU and how we were always taught to pursue what is research-backed and to just be guided into evidence-based practices. And I apply that all the time in my current position. When I first started teaching about 14 years ago, I was sitting in a group of students in January, and I was asking them about their New Year's resolutions and their goals for the year. And just think of it like this. These were students who were working third shift, who had families and the responsibilities that many of our ESL students have. And I was asking them, what are your goals? And they all had goals. And we were, talking and discussing how they would acquire those goals. And one student looked at me. I just graduated from my undergrad program, and this was my first teaching experience. I was realizing that I was completely in love with the field of adult education. And the student looked at me and said, what is your goal for the new year? And I realized it was to get my master's in TESOL. When I researched the program and the master's in TESOL program, not only the requirements, but the rigor and the ability to potentially write a thesis on a topic that I was passionate about, I realized it checked all the boxes. And the longer I was in the program, I realized that it was such a quality education, and I was so thankful that I had moved into the same neighborhood as NEIU. You may be a current teacher seeking out refinement and looking for a program that's going to help you in your current role and position. And I would say if that's the case, this is an excellent degree. But you may also be thinking about a career change and going into a new field or looking to teach overseas. And I would also say that this degree would help you and would guide you as you're looking at that opportunity.